It's your open source advocate, and today I wanted to talk about updating your containers for Docker through Portainer. So if you run Docker containers using the Docker run command, you can then go and actually use Portainer to update those containers. Now there may be extra steps required within the software that it runs, to finish the updates, or maybe database updates or something like that has to happen. But instead of doing like what I showed last week in a video where I was talking about some mistakes I had made and how to update Docker containers and Docker Compose containers, instead of having to go and do those commands, then Portainer can help you do that. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers and all of my patrons over at Patreon. Seriously, you guys make this so worth it for me to do these videos every week. I really truly enjoy it, and I just can't say thank you enough. If you're enjoying these videos, subscribe. Let YouTube know that I'm doing a good job by subscribing to the channel. Plus, you'll get notified when I have new videos coming out. And finally, if you're enjoying what I'm doing, give it a like. Just click on that thumbs up, and that way YouTube knows that you like it, and they'll pass it along to other people that might enjoy my content as well. I really appreciate it. Thank you again. Let's get started. And you can also see that I have a Portainer update available here, so we'll run through that as well. So Portainer cannot update itself, but it can update other containers. So I'm actually going to use this to update my Metabase container. Metabase is an amazing system for data analytics on databases. It has a lot of automated analytics built in that you can just use and kind of get going out of the gate. If you're more of an advanced SQL user, then you can actually go and put in SQL queries that you want to use to get data out. It has graphical user interface capabilities that let you just kind of drag and drop things and pick things out of lists to make really great charts and stuff. So I highly recommend it. I have a video on it, so I'll leave that in the description below as well. I'm not going to have any show notes for this episode really, but I wanted to show you how to do this with Portainer. So I'm going to update that container. It's been a long time since I've updated it, so it's probably got some updates available. And I'm basically just going to click on the name of the container I want to check out and update. And then once you get in here, you'll see this red button that says recreate. I don't know why it's red. I don't like red for that one. It's red means bad. Don't do this. And really, you need to update your containers occasionally. So I don't know why they colored it that way, but this is the one you want. And recreate again is probably not a great name either, in my opinion, but it does some different things. It doesn't just do the updates. So let's just go through it. So if we go look, let's just go check what my Metabase system has on it right now, and I don't access this from outside. So yeah, so we're working on version 0.36.6, and that was from back in September of last year, 2020. So we'll see if we can find an update for this guy. So I'll just leave that up and we'll come back and check in a little bit. But version 0.36.6. So we'll go back to Portainer. We're going to click on recreate. What you want to do is click on this little switch that says pull the latest image, and then you're going to click on this button. So before we do this, let me X out of that. I want to show you one more thing that you can check. So you can go here to your images on the left. So when you click on images here on the left, it'll bring you to the images search page, or the images page here, and you need to look at the bottom. There could be more than one page of images. So you can tell it I want to see 25 total. You can tell it I want to see 50, whatever you think you need in order to see all of them if you want, or you can just filter by clicking here, and you can type in what you're interested in, and it'll slim it down. So when we look here, we'll see that it already shows Metabase latest, but when we pull this, we should end up with either another image, or it will be an updated version of this image, and the hash should be different, I believe. So you can always kind of check that as well to see what the hash looks like. So we're going to go back to containers, and we're going to click on Metabase just like we did before, and we're going to double check that we're on the one that we intend to update here, and then we're going to click recreate. We're going to turn on this option, and we're just going to click the recreate button. When you do that, notice that you get the little spinner here on the recreate button, and it kind of expands out to say that it's in progress. And then it really doesn't do a lot until it restarts the container, and then you'll see the little line that kind of runs across the top in Portainer to let you know that it's starting something or taking some action. There goes the line, and it gives us a success message, which is great. We want to know that it was successful. And then we should see Metabase here running, and it says that it's running, and we can click here to check the logs, see if we see any issues. It says warning, environment variable, so the Java environment variable is given a warning, but that's okay. Warnings aren't usually terrible, they're just not ideal. So we'll give it a minute here to get everything going. If you've run Metabase before, you know that Metabase does take a little bit of time to get everything running. So we're going to give it just a second while we're checking the logs here, and we'll let Metabase get started up. And then once it starts up, we can close this, and we should be able to refresh. Now if it's not ready, it's going to give us a little weird page. There we go. It refreshed. It was ready. It was up and ready to go. We're going to go back here. We're going to say About Metabase. And now we can see it's version 37.6, which was released January 13th, 2021. So that was it. Pretty straightforward. So again, I'll just run through those steps for you. You come in, you find the container that you want to update. Now, if you've done this with Docker Compose, I haven't tried this with something that uses Docker Compose or maybe multiple containers, and you may have to update containers in a certain order if you have multiple containers that are networked. But if it's something like this with Metabase where you've run it, by itself or Matomo, you click on the container you want to update. You have this recreate button right here. And then you have this switch that says pull the latest image. So that says I'm going to go and pull down that stuff. Then you click the recreate button and it will go through the process of recreating that image, and you saw what happened. And then you go and refresh the application in the browser, and everything should be up to date. Now, this basically, as far as I know, runs through the same steps that I gave you last week, which is Docker stop and then container name. Docker rm container name. Docker pull image name. So remember, when you're doing the pull, you need to say whatever the image name is. And in this case, it's Metabase/Metabase :latest. So you'd want to say Docker pull Metabase/Metabase :latest. Let it pull that down, and then you do the Docker run command again, which is Docker run -d, all of the stuff that goes after it, including the image name, to bring it back up. So this basically does that for you, and basically and then I hate to say basically so much. So this recreate button does those steps for you in the background and really makes it much simpler and makes it so that you don't have to go do those things manually. Now, the other thing that's going to be left over is this images. If we go back, now you'll see you have two Metabase images. We have the latest one and we have the one that's unused. So you can clean this up by checking the box next to the unused and just saying remove. And it'll give you a little green thing that says it's gone and you're good, and now you can clear out your search box and you'll see all of your images again. So when you see unused images, you're free to get rid of those if you're not actually using them. Some of these I have unused because they're turned off right now, or I have unused because it's something I'm using for testing and I don't have that container running right now, so I don't want to get rid of them actually. But most of the time you can get rid of the unused containers and you don't have to worry too much about it, or the unused images rather. But that means you don't have to worry that much about it, and you're keeping things cleaned up on your system as well. So now I wanted to talk about updating Portainer itself. This one you still have to do through the command line. So we're going to go back into the command line here, and I'm going to clear it out so you guys can see what I'm doing. And I'm first going to do history pipe grep Portainer. Yeah, I don't have my old Portainer update command, but I can get it real quick because I don't really change much about it. So we're going to do clear. We're going to do Portainer, or actually Docker stop Portainer, Docker rm Portainer, Docker pull Portainer/Portainer to get the latest one. Oh wait, we want Portainer CE. I should have been more specific. We want the community edition, so we need to be specific about which one we want. There we go. Now we've got Portainer CE latest, which is what we want. And then we need to run our Docker start command again, or our Docker run command again for Portainer. So now we're just going to grab that Portainer command. Now, it has two different ports that you can set up on it, but I don't use port 8000, so I generally go back and just take out that part of the command. And I just do the 9000 for that one. And then we've got name equals Portainer, that's good. Restart always, that's good. And we've got our same volume that we set up previously. Now if you've changed your volumes, you need to keep track of what you changed those to so that all of your settings come back. And then you've got Portainer data, make sure you've got that mapped to the right place. And then Portainer. And in this case I want it to be CE because I want to make sure that I'm running the community edition. And I'm going to hit enter. And it gives me this little thing that says, hey, it started. Now we can go back into here and we can check and see if everything seems to be up and running. Of course, it wants you to log back in because you just updated it So log back in, get back into your containers here. Down at the bottom we've got 2.0.1. We're running Portainer CE, which is great, and we've got everything that we expect to be in here up and running and ready to go. So that's how you update Portainer. It's very straightforward. It's really not a hard thing to do, and it's good to keep up with the updates because there's security patches and things like that that go into updates as well. But if you're interested in updating your different containers inside of Portainer, it's a really easy process. Again, I haven't really messed with it so much on ones that have multiple parts to it or things where it's Docker Compose. To me, it's easier to go to the command line and do it there. I'm sure it can be done through Portainer, but I haven't looked that up yet. So if you're interested in that, let me know and I'll look it up and see what else we can do. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like, subscribe, tell your friends about it so they can come along on the journey with us, and I'll talk to you next time.